Alright, this slide shows the problem statement that happened in Nestle. The first one is baby formula marketing. This company, Nestle, faced problem which is boycott issue. The issue happened when the critics company are failed to properly communicate and market its breast milk substitute, which is infant formula product, which has resulted in death of millions of infants, which is the babies. Nestle aggressive marketing of breast milk substitute issue, and Nestle have been accused by the critic for discouraging mother from breastfeeding and suggesting that Nestle baby formula is healthier than breastfeeding, despite there being no evidence for this. The number 2 is plastic bottle problem. Nestle themselves state that many of their bottles or plastic end up in the solid waste stream. And as my research, I found that most of their bottles are not recycled. The plastic bottle will make our landfill decrease and not in good view. Number 3, which is the problem chocolate price fixing. This issue, it is said that executive with Nestle collude with competitors in Canada to inflate the price, which is it mean to increase to compete to increase the price. Number 4 is forced labor in Thai fishing industry. Alright, Nestle revealed that seafood products acquired in Thailand have been produced with forced labor. Nestle is not the main purchaser of seafood in Southeast Asia, but doing some business in Thailand, especially for Purina cat food. Study found that almost all US and Europe companies bought seafood from Thailand exposed to the same risk of abuse in their supply chain. Alright, this type of disclosure is a surprise to many in the industry, as international companies rarely recognize abuse in supply chains. The last problem is utopian debt repayment. Alright, this issue is about Nestle demanded that the nation of Utopia repay $6 million of debt to the company at a time when Utopia was suffering a severe famine. Right, now we move to slide number 9, which is SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis has two competitors, and the first one is Hershey Company, SWOT. The strength here is the Hershey is the largest chocolate manufacturer. Hershey encompasses a large presence across the world. It considered joint of the most important chocolate manufacturer within the world. The second strength is wide distribution. Hershey is distributed in additional than 60 countries, although it's highly concentrated in some countries and has a main market share in other countries. The third one is innovative chocolate brand. Hershey is understood as an innovative and artistic chocolate brand. It is branded itself in many ways and has started many new things. A new number of them include the Hershey chocolate bar, the assorted packaging type utilized by the brands, and also the differing kind of chocolate created. And as for the weaknesses, the first one is purchase of cocoa. Hershey doesn't purchase in an organized manner that is critics. Hershey doesn't use fair trade practice, needless to say, from such a top company. The second one is the expansion is proscribed. Although it's in FMCG segment, Hershey is anticipated to expand to quite 60 countries, thereby covering more ground. And as for the opportunities, the first one is snack segment. Beside chocolate, Hershey's even have snack segment, though this can create more diversification than concentrate on the brand. And for the expansion, 60 countries isn't enough for such a loved brand. Hershey can definitely expand further. In fact, in India, it's a really low footprint. And as for the threats, the first one is health awareness. Now, more people are getting alert to the advantage of a healthy lifestyle, especially after many blogs and new programs have started specializing in this. Within the health advice, first suggestion is to prevent consumption of sugar or sugar-based products as chocolate themselves are heavily sugar-based. More and more people are avoiding chocolate and consumption is dropping. And the second one is high competition. One of the main threats to the establishment of Hershey is that there very high competition within the chocolate segment. There are Mars, M&M, and Cadbury, which are strong brands during this segment. Alright, the second company that I choose is Mondelez Company. The strength is the first one, dominant brand. Mondelez product consists of 53 other labels that each generate annual revenue of more than $100 million. The company's market dominance appear unlikely to slide either, given the company emphasizes on innovation. It routinely modifies core products when it sells them overseas, so on make them better fit local tastes and distribution growth. Alright, as for the second one is attractive category, which is snacks including cookies, chocolate, gum, and candy is among the fastest growing category within the otherwise sluggish packaged food industry. As for the weaknesses, uneven execution, which means Mondelez future a fine management team headed by CEO Irene Rosenfeld. Execution has not been great since the corporate spun out its North American grocery division. Pricing missteps, most notably in Brazil and Russia, have also been something of a drag. Indeed, in some cases, they enable low-cost rivals to steal business. The second one is falling gum sales. The gum segment, which in conjunction with candy accounts for roughly 15% of the sales mix, has been a persistent weak spot for Mondelez, with the company experiencing big volume decline on both sides of the Atlantic. And furthermore, while decline appears to be diminishing, it is unclear when efforts to reverse market share losses will begin to pay off. As for the opportunities, emerging market. About 40% of the top line comes from developed market, which put Mondelez on par with multinational behemoths like the Coca-Cola company. Moreover, the snack maker continues to take a position heavily abroad with the goal of leveraging its leading brands in countries where powerful long-term macroeconomic tailwinds are in situation. Next is cost cutting. Mondelez more focused on margin lately against a slower sales backdrop. Still have many opportunities to save a lot of money by controlling overhead expenses and boosting efficiency. And the last one is trade. The first trade that happened in Mondelez is commodity pressure. Rising input costs are a threat to Mondelez as they're to most food processors. One potential headwind worth watching is coffee price which appears set to rise significantly due to drought and famines in Brazil, an enormous coffee producing country. The second one threat is low cost rival, which means price competition from smaller regional brand and or private label is typically a cause for concern for market leader like Mondelez. Thus, it's important for the corporate to remain innovative, carefully manage price gaps, and maintain a strong advertising budget. Alright, next we move to the next slide, which is opportunity recognition. This slide is about the how the company solved the problem from the problem statement that we have stated before in before slide, in last slide, in first slide, maybe. Alright, the problem statement which baby formula marketing, the first one. As for this issue, after the boycott issue was suspended, Nestle agreed to follow an international marketing code endorsed by the World Health Organization. The second one issue, which is plastic bottle, right? And this Nestle organization saying that they will be truthful in their campaign to save the world from the waste from Nestle product. The third issue is chocolate price fixing. Alright, Nestle Canada CEO will take pricing matters seriously. This is what this that in the what I found in the research. And the second one is Nestle settled for $9 million without admit the liability. Number 4 problem is forced labor in Thai fishing industry. How they solve this problem is Nestle plan to launch a year-long program and focus on protecting workers across its supply chain and impose new requirement on all potential suppliers, train boat owners and captain about human rights, and hire auditor to check for compliance with new rules. And the last problem is utopian debt repayment. As for this issue, the company reinvests any money it received from utopian government. And the second is Nestle received offer of $1.5 million and donate the money to 3 active charity in Utopia. Alright, now we move to the number 12, slide number 12, which is purpose of business model canvas preparation. Alright, the purpose of business model canvas is to develop new or documenting existing business model. It is a visual chart with several elements. There are nine building blocks of the BMC template. The 9 building blocks are key activities, key resources, partner network, value proposition, customer segments, channel, customer relationship, cost structure, and revenue stream. And every element play their roles in the template. And for completing the BMC, we need to ask this question to the business: what it does and promises, who it's for, the steps and the team must complete to make it successful, what personal tools and budget the team will have access to, how the organization will market and sell it, how third party will fit into the plan, what it costs to build the product as well as how to sell and support it, and lastly, how the product will make money. And there are several benefits and reasons why we need BMC. It can be mission statement for our product roadmap, and we can refer to make sure our roadmap always tally with the process. And next, by using BMC, a business will be more agile. Also, business model canvas roadmaps allow us to pivot as needed, which means to reprioritize what we need to do first.